I love to use super basic stuff to create really complex things. The room or my environment in general is really important for me. As you can see, I don't have a lot of equipment. It's more like my comfort zone, which makes me creative. I really love nature. I love plants. I love animals. And I can't forget time in this setting. And yeah, time really flies by like that. And I mean, I also produce in the plane and everything, but I definitely feel more creative when I just can sit in my very comfy chair and have my cat on my lap or on the desk or whatever. And yeah, that's just all the music is in my head and I have to translate it through my keyboard and my mouse, and then it's done. I decided to produce in the box because I'm very much into computers. I've been always gaming on computers as well, and that's why I kind of feel connected. I also have a lot of friends who are like software developers, and I've been always in this nerdy kind of computer bubble, so I feel very connected to it in a way. It's weird, I know many people like to touch knobs and like use cables and everything, but I'm way faster when it's just one control unit, you know, just my two hands like on the same position and like tack, 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 tack. So that's what I feel comfortable with. My main DAW is Ableton. I also like Bitwig actually, sometimes I use it, but I started with Ableton. The UI is just really simple and effective, and that's why I feel, yeah, it's very effective, it's very nice. I mostly work in the arrangement view because I feel like in the arrangement view I just finish tracks faster because I'm forced to directly put it in place, you know? Because the thing is, when you just continue in session view, we'll just edit the loop, edit the loop, edit the loop, and there are many stages in between, and in the end, like it was actually already a complete track, but in the end it's only a loop with one moment of everything what happened, and I like to just preserve everything and already put it in place. I limit myself while producing with just using minimalistic tools, I would say. I really love Ableton stock plugins, for example, and I have very minimalistic choice or selection of plugins, and that's my limitation, I guess. But the thing is, I also already tried to produce with hardware and I felt too limited. So I really like to have everything laid out at the same time. The idea or what I want to do forms in my head, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use the operator, as I'm always almost doing, and then I'm just going with the flow in a way, and I really don't like if I have to go through menus and then this page and then press record there and then go to the other side of the room and like press the keys, and that's too much like rotation for me. I just want to do everything in front of me and have two like control units, mouse and keyboard, but with all the possibilities I can have. My main sound plugins are basically operator, as I really love the simple technique of the Ableton stock plugins, and sometimes I use also the free synth Vital, which is amazing too. Yeah, I also used a little bit of Serum, but not so much. So it's really basically, it comes down to operator, Vital, and working with samples. That's basically it. For EQing, I mainly use the eQuick actually, and not the Fab filters, which is normally the standard, right? And also the Ableton EQs, because they are not so bad in the end. I think they sound pretty clean and decent. And for compression and all kinds of limiting, I use the Limiter 6 from Tokyo Dawn Records, who are also there. It's one person actually, and based in Munich, which is amazing. One crazy nerd, and it's just the best compressor and limiter I ever used. I use saturations, for example, the Devastor or Kelvin, which is really nice ones, really good quality and different colors possible. So yeah. always mix during producing, because otherwise I cannot understand what my track is like. I think many good producers, for example, also Robert Babic and everybody, Stimming and these people, really told me in a way, I mean, from their videos, I don't know them personally, but they show in a very, very nice way that when you get these technical things right from the beginning and you already think about that you will already understand your ideas which you're trying to get into the track. You can understand them right away, you know, and not think, oh, I have to add this and that element to make it sound right, because maybe just the mix was not right and something was missing maybe, but it was actually not missing. So yeah, I think it's very important to always consider it during the process, at least for me. My label and me, like Dyside especially, he's a software developer, and we are together with others also from the label developing an audio analyzer, which includes a spectrum analyzer, a goniometer, in the future also correlation meter, peak meter and oscilloscope. And with these tools in one software, you're able to really analyze your audio very precisely to create a very good mix, very clean mix, and like that I can always see, okay, there are unwanted frequencies in, let's say, my hi-hats, there's some bass, I don't need that, so I just cut it. And yeah, I definitely go very technical with these things. For me, the technical details are what enables me to think clearly, to be creative in the end. Because the thing is, when you have a polluted mix, let's say, with frequencies and elements which you don't want to have, you will probably not be able to hear the track as it actually could be, you know, because there's always room for improvement in the mix, and the better the mix, the clearer the listener can also get the message out of it, you know, and that's why I think it's very important. But for me, it's like on the side, you know, it's just a move which I naturally do next to my creativity. I would not say it's like the main thing, but it's the basis. My speakers are from a very nice German company called Abacus. It's Mira 14, sorry. And they are definitely, they can go very loud, but I don't produce that loud actually, because I mean, working as an artist in the rave culture, it's very loud always. So it's better to protect the ears during the week and be a bit more slow about it. And I'm very lucky with my neighbors. I think, I'm not sure if they even hear what I do. When I'm like doing my library or producing at night, no problem at all. I'm very happy about it, yeah. I barely use samples from libraries, mainly drums, I would say. Everything else comes from field recordings or my instruments, and also I use a lot of my voice as well in my tracks. So every voice you ever hear in my tracks is always mine. I really love to let the digital world intersect with the acoustic one. This is my kind of hardware, I would say, because this is like totally haptic for me and feels really natural. And then I really love coming from this way of thinking into the digital world and fuse it.